Whether you've seen the movie or not, I'm sure you've seen this guy before. Yes, that's right. We are back at it again with the NECA Ultimate Action Figures. Today we're looking at the Trick or Treat Sam. And I didn't even know this guy was from a movie at first, but I'd seen like toys and stuff like that of him, and I was like, I don't know what he's from, but he looks cool. And then when I found out he was from a movie, I was like, let's check out the movie. And I really like the movie, so here he is with Megan. I feel like that's an appropriate scale there. And here he is with Mr. Charles Lee Ray. I think that's a pretty good scale. Here he is with Marvel Select Spider-Man, in case Spider-Man ever comes across some people mistreating Halloween. I don't know. But yeah, as far as how tall he actually is, let's find out together. So he stands, let's say, just under 5 inches. Then that will translate to, let's say, about 12.5 centimeters. And yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of this movie here. I feel like it's not really talked about as much. I don't know how many people know about this movie, but I think it's really cool. And if I'm in the mood for like a Halloween season movie, this is often like the first one that I pick. This one or Halloween 3. The one Halloween movie that has nothing to do with Michael Myers, but regardless, here is Mr. Sam, and I think he looks really cool. I really like the burlap sack design right off the bat. I mean, that looks really good. The stitches there, the rope kind of tying it all together, kind of like a bow tie. I like the buttons there. They actually look like buttons. They're just kind of sewn on. And you got like a little bit of a detail there of a face. It's kind of like Scarecrow from Batman, which I think is cool. Scarecrow's my favorite Batman villain. You got like a little bit of blood there on the corner there. And then yeah, there's not really a whole lot of other detail. It does look really grimy though. It looks like grimy and dirty and all of that, which is good. You know, it adds to the look. And then with the body, I mean, it's basically just a one-piece suit. With like a couple of yellow patches there, and I like how the patches look like they're kind of like sewn on there, and all of that. So there is that going on. And then if we flip this around, you can see he's got like some buttons there for the back side of his suit. He also got some wrinkles and dirt and more grime and grossness and all of that. So looks like he's been wearing this like all day for like his whole life, which is probably accurate. And then yeah, you got like these little gloves. They look like they're made out of the same material as the sack is, and then you got these like orange type fingers there, which makes sense given what he looks like underneath this. And then yeah, as far as the shoes go, you got these little like brown toe areas there, which I think look really good. And otherwise, it's just kind of like he's wearing his pajamas and he just took a burlap sack and made it a mask and called it a day, which I really like that. You know, it's simple but effective and definitely iconic because, like I said, like you go to like Spirit Halloween and all of that, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff of this guy, whether you know who he is or not. So yeah. And as far as articulation goes, his head can look up about that far and go down about that far. He can go off to the side. He can kind of pivot, rotate, all of that. For the arms, they go out about that far comfortably. So I think that that's all right. He can turn all the way around to get a double jointed elbow. And this is the NECA version of a double jointed elbow. So you get 2 points here. So you can move it this way and on this side as well. You can rotate it. And then for the wrist, you just get a little bit of a swivel and a hinge, which is nothing much, but I will take it. For the torso, there's not really much of anything. There is a joint, but this piece is really thick. It's like the Michael Myers figures that they make. But he can go back just a little bit. He can go forward just a little bit, and yeah, that's about it. And then for the legs, they can go out about that far. Then they can go forward, and they can go back, and then that's about it. You get a thigh swivel, which is a pretty good one. So if thigh swivel is the only thing you care about, this is a pretty good figure. He does have a tight single joint for the knee, gives you about that much range, less than 90, but I think it's fine. Then you do get a pivot there. I mean, this guy doesn't really do a whole lot. He just kind of stands around and walks, and like that's about it. Then you do get a pivot for the ankle. Then it can go forward a pretty good amount, and it can go back. Then it can also rotate, and that's about it. So there we go. There is Mr. Sam. And then as far as the accessories go, well, if you've seen the movie, you know what he looks like. So, like, you pull this off, and then this is his face. That's underneath. It's got this, like, pumpkin-type head, which it looks really cool. I like the black eyes, and kind of like how it looks like that they have that same kind of stitching, like, with the buttons. And they got, like, that hollowed-out nose, and it looks like a jack-o'-lantern and a face, like, put together, which I think is cool. I like the pumpkin texture on the back. Like, if you look at it this way, you could actually, like, have this displayed as, like, an actual pumpkin. So I think that that's cool. And then his mouth does actually open up, and you can see that he's got, let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, he's got, like, a little bit of a tongue there, and then some messed up-looking teeth on the undersides there. So there you go. I think that's cool. I really like the jaw opens. Like they could have had it just stuck in like a partially open position, but they actually bothered to make the jaw articulated. I like that. And there's also the scene when he fights the bus driver. He gets all beat up. So he's got kind of like his yellow blood coming out. Whoops. He's got like his yellow blood there. Kind of dripping down. It's the same kind of face design, and his mouth does also open up, so you can be like, hey, you shot me. Why did you do that? So there we go. And then he does also have another head, which is the same burlap sack, but with that opening there, so you can actually see his pumpkin head underneath. I'm sure they actually did do a full-on like pumpkin head sculpt like they did with these. I just don't know if the jaw is articulated. It might be, but if it is, it's really hard to access that. So, yeah, if you kind of want to have the best of both worlds, you could do that. So, there we go. I think that looks really good. And I also like how the string here is a little bit more unkempt and, like, untied and all of that. So, there we go. There's that. I just prefer the, the clean look. Well, as clean as this guy can get. So there we go. There's that. Speaking of pumpkins, since you're kind of talking about those, he does also come with 2 jack-o'-lantern type things. And this one looks really good. It's like a traditional, like, jack-o'-lantern type thing of, like a smiley face. Only this one looks more menacing. It looks like he's got, like, knives for a mouth, which is kind of cool. I like the underside there. And coming from somebody who used to not carve pumpkins, but definitely pick them. They do look like this, so I like the detail, how they look like they've been in the dirt. And if you have it facing this way, it just looks like a regular pumpkin. And then if you turn it around, it's a little jack-o'-lantern. So I think that that's really cool. Then you do also get this one here. This one looks really fun. It's got like X's for eyes and a really wide smile, but it is also wider. Not as tall, but definitely wider. And then you do also have this underside here with a little battery thing. And yeah, so there we go. You could actually like use a battery and like light this up. You just push down on this fire and then it would light up. I just don't have that type of battery for that. But yeah, I do like the fire piece there. I think that looks cool. And like I said, I like the pumpkin designs. So there we go. There's that. And then as far as other stuff that he does come with his sack, which does make sense. He just kind of drags this around with him wherever he goes. And yeah, it is hard for him to hold it just because he doesn't exactly have a proper gripping hand for it, and he often has it on his left side. So what you could do is you could just kind of have him posed like this, so that looks like he's holding it. So that you could do something like that. I think the main reason why is because of the like the way that this folds down. It's a really thin thing, and like if you're not too careful with this could break off. So just be careful with that. But I do like the blood detail and like more of like the dirt and the like mud, and it looks like this thing is wet, like it's been like dragging around the ground, like through grass and dirt and, you know, all of that, which makes sense because that's what happens in the movie. But yeah, it's just got a really nice texture to it. Just like I said, don't try to pose him holding it, just kind of have it next to him like this, like he is holding it. So that's what I would recommend, just so that this piece doesn't break off. So there's that. And he does also come with some other accessories. He does come with an alternate hand that has sort of a wider grip. If I remember correctly, this is actually the hand that came on him in the package. And then he does also have a narrower grip for the right hand. So there you go. You have that. And then you also have the hand when his hand gets blown off with the shotgun. You get these like yellow blood vein things, and then the hand like crawls back to the body and then reattaches itself. So I think it's cool that they did that. So I do like that detail there. And then you do also have a couple of weapons. You have the candy bar with the razor blade in it. So there you go. It's not that sharp, so you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. But you could definitely use your imagination and, you know, pretend that he's using this as a weapon. So there you go. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks a lot like a Snickers bar. So it's got kind of like that black type wrapping and then like a red and a white label. There's nothing on the label, but you know, you get the idea. And then the chocolate bar itself is like really dark brown. It really matches the color of the wrapper, but I think it still looks good nonetheless than the razor on there. And then he does also have what I'd say is probably his most well-known weapon, and that is the lollipop with like the bite mark taken out of it. So I like how it looks with the handle being like, you know, like translucent, but then having the black stripes around it. Definitely looks accurate. And then you have the pumpkin head on there. Keep saying pumpkin head a lot, and there's no relation to the Pumpkinhead movies. But yeah, it's got like the bite mark in there. And then, like I said, I like to have him posed with this just because when I think of Sam, I think of him having this and using it as like a knife. So there we go. I think that looks really cool. And then that is about it. So let's look at the box here. And I think that this box, like, NECA always does a really good job with their boxes, but I think this one looks good, looks really good in particular because it's got kind of like this, like, shine to it. I don't know how well that's coming across, but you can kind of see that, like, the light is kind of, like, reflecting off of it, and it's got, like, a different texture to it as well. Yeah, you got the movie poster there with all the different characters and him in the middle, and all of that. On this side, you got the same logo, and then you got a picture of Sam there or like a render of him or whatever. Then you got some pictures of what you can have him looking like. And then you get that little read up there. And then on the bottom here, you got some information on what he comes with. And then on the other side, you got same picture there. You can really see the shine on there. There is the bottom, so shout outs to all those people. There's some information on the battery. And then on the top, there's nothing much. And if you open this up, you do get a nice image of Sam there. I really like the orange and blue there. I think that's really cool. Then on the inside there, you don't got a whole lot there, but you do get some nice, like a pumpkin patch type thing with a whole bunch of glowing jack-o'-lanterns. And yeah, that is about it. So that just about covers Mr. Sam. And so if you like Trick or Treat, like I do, just like put this on for like a fall setting and all of that. You like this figure, you like, you know, all this kind of stuff, be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like this figure? Do you not like this figure? You want to see more content like this, you can definitely subscribe. Stay tuned for other stuff. But other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed. I hope that I'll see you all later. Goodbye.